Hi. Hello, cutie patooties. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, Raiders. And hello, everybody. How is it going? Good morning, afternoon, evening. Hello, 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 hello. How are the cutie patooties doing today? Hi. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi, Necro. How was your stream? What were you up to? I don't think we have a mod in the house, so let me quickly. There we go. And let me see. Joe, congratulations on your first. Gun, congrats on third. So no one's taken second yet. Also, Joe, thank you for contributing to the community challenge. And hi, Necron Raiders, welcome on in. How's it going? How's it going? What were you streaming today? You were doing Tainted Grail: The Fall of Aval. Do I know this? I don't think I know this. I'm not sure that I know this. Also, Con, is this not the second time? It'll be interesting if someone comes in and grabs second. Fair. Fair. I wasn't sure whether or not that was intentional, but it seems like it was, so fair enough. Is this game? Have I seen this game before? I don't think I have. Looking just at, like, the Steam page, it kind of gives me almost like a Sky. Wait. Actually, I think I have seen this one before. This is like the sort of Skyrim style game in Arthurian legend, right? Am I correct? Is that this one? It looks like it is. I think I've seen it. But yes, hi. How was it? Did you have fun? Welcome in, Raiders. I should introduce myself, right? That's the thing streamers do. Hi, my name is Senta. You can call me Senta. I'm your local resident chaotic cat boy who likes to play a variety of video games, ranging from cozy to horror and everything in between. And, well, today, after probably a healthy yapping session, like we like to do at the start of every stream, we're gonna be playing some more Control. We're gonna be doing Mission 5, so we're at about the halfway point in the story of Control. So, if you were planning to play that game for yourself and you haven't started yet already, then consider this your spoiler warning for when we start playing. But it's still going to be a solid, probably at least 30 minutes of yapping before we actually start playing the game, because I can't shut up. Right. Necro, congrats on your second. Your first second. Hey, there you go. Yeah, I plan to accumulate the largest collection of thirds. I live deliberately. Okay, I'm just making sure, you know. Although I do think it's gonna be difficult to have the largest collection of thirds, because I think right now Plaus has the most thirds. And I believe that Plaus is at like 60 something thirds. So it's a noble mission for you to be taking on, but it is going to take a bit of time. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cozy and fun. Oh, really? I wouldn't have imagined it to be like a cozy experience. At least for me, Skyrim was never a particularly cozy game. Whenever I started to think that I was feeling comfortable, I immediately got obliterated by a dragon or just anything. Like, there was always, as soon as I was like, oh, you know, this is comfy. Oh, look at this beautiful scenery. And then suddenly an assassin jumps out and tries to murder you. That was my Skyrim experience. Or a mud crab. That too. Wait, how do you say Master Plaus' name? Plaus. Master Plaus. So Pluis is Plaus. It is the Dutch word for fluff. For the big the lore drop. Plaus isn't even here to defend himself, but his name really just means fluff. I wouldn't have guessed that it was fluff. Yeah, no, it's fluff. Yeah. Like plushy? No. Like you know, like a little like ball of fluff, or like if there's like a little bit of like, you know, So there's a couple different words that you can use, like ways that you can use the word, but like if you have like a little um like if you were to say like your hair is really fluffy, you would say it's pluizig, which is the descriptor version of pluis. Um or like if you wanted to say like if there's like a ball of fluff, you could call it a pluis. Sometimes if you've got like a little bit of like if you've got like a fluffy sweater or something like that, you would call it again like a pluizig sweater. Or like if there was a bit of that fluff from the sweater, or like that fabric from the sweater that like had pulled off or something, like come loose and broke off, that would you would call that a pluis. Yeah. It's a common pet name. I had a fluffy cat when I was younger that was called Plaus. My mom had a cat that was called Plaus. I know someone who has a dog who's called Plaus. It tends to be like a very cutesy pet name as well. But yeah, there's your Dutch word of the day, chat. The gloomy environment and atmosphere gives it old school vibes like Dragon Age 3. I never finished any of the Dragon Age games that I've played. I think I have 2 and 3. Wait, let me double check. Which Dragon Age games do I have? Yeah, I have 2 in Inquisition. That's what I have. No, I have Origins as well. I haven't finished a single one of them. I'm so bad like that. I am like chronically incapable of finishing games. And my big problem with a lot of them, a lot of the time, is that when I come back to the game, when I suddenly feel like playing again, I have to restart. Like, I have to restart because I can't remember where I was, and then, yeah. In Spanish, I think there's not a single one word that applies for all. There's pelusa that's probably the closest, and actually it's funny, that could somewhat similar. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there would be, like, a logical overlap between, because, like, being in the Netherlands, we're basically sort of on the border between the Latin languages and the Germanic languages, right? So there's a little more space here for the two to kind of fuse the same way that like it did with Belgium and Flemish. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was like if Plaus and Pelusa came from the same root word somewhere far back in the past. 33, you still gotta go skill. Spoilers! Not spoilers. I hated fighting spoilers. Man, Expedition 33 is still probably one of my favorite games that I've ever played. Easily, like, top 3. I think top 3 games in terms of, like, story for me would be, like, Final Fantasy XIV, Nier Automata, and Expedition 33. Yeah. I think that would probably be my top 3. Not specifically in that order, but that would be my top 3 of like story games that I've played through. And those are games that I have all actually completed the stories in, which is a rare occurrence for me because I don't often do that. But every single one of those games, the story was so good that I just could not put it down until I finished it, kind of thing. Like, I think for each of them, I just kind of played them religiously until I finished the storyline. And I'm glad that I did, because they were so good. So good. The final like the final like main story boss fight for Expedition 33 is just such a good fight, and the music is just I actually stopped playing Final Fantasy 14 because the story was so good and I didn't really have the time to go into it, so I left it for later, and it's still not later. Well, I was gonna say if you want to play it, I'd love to play with you, but I can't because I had to stop my subscription since I don't really have an income right now. But when I have an income again, and I have my account online, Gone, if you would like to play together, I would be 100% down, and I highly recommend. 14 is so good. I would even be willing to make a second character to go through it with you if you wanted. Like, I don't mind going through that story again. I'd love to. It is one of the four, technically four, but 3 games whose story has made me cry. It is so rare for me to be so emotionally invested in in a game, or like in the story and or characters of a game, as I have with like Final Fantasy 14. Like, I can get really into a game, I can really like a character. Like, a good example would be like Xiao in Genshin Impact. I really love Xiao as a character, and like but I'm not so insanely emotionally invested that like if they were to if Genshin's storyline would somehow like kill Xiao, I would be sad, but it wouldn't like I wouldn't be left devastated. There are characters in Final Fantasy 14 that if they actually were to kill that character, I think I would literally be left with a void in my heart for a year. Like, I would actually be devastated by that. I am so attached to those characters, man. Favorite character? You mean in 14 or Expedition 33? Neko. Because if you mean 14, it's 100% my little guy with the red hair, my little Graha. I have a little standee of Graha. I have a standee of a couple of the Scions. Um, but Graha's standee is the closest to where I'm sitting because he's my baby. If something were to happen to Graha, I would actually cry. I've never played a Final Fantasy game. Okay, so you mean for Expedition 33. I mean, it's actually, for Expedition 33, I'd say it would be hard to pick a favorite character. Because, like, actually, if I had to pick one favorite character, I'm torn between 2. One of them is Eskie, because Eskie is Eskie. And then the other one is Lune, because Lune is Lune. I'd say I'm torn between those 2 as my favorite characters. Because, like, I love Eskie. Eskie is indeed Eskie. Exactly. Like, there's no other reason. Like, you don't need any more reason to love Eskie than the fact that Eskie is Eskie. Like, that's all the reason you need. And then Lune is just bae. Like, honestly, no. I'd kill a man for Lune if she told me to. Wait, okay, let me see. I was surprised because I was expecting a story that was mostly there to give the world a bit of lore, like most MMORPGs, but no, it was better. My favorite MMORPG story-wise is The Old Republic, because you actually have 8 stories to follow, and each one of those 8 can be played as light side, dark side, or anywhere in between, which I feel gives very... Yes! So, I'm, like, a little bit sad, because I didn't get that into So, wait. So I played original Knights of the Old Republic, SKOTOR, as a kid. It was probably one of the first RPGs that I really got into, and it was a very formative game for me in terms of like what I started to really like in terms of gaming. And I now know as I grew up that I drifted a lot more towards those really heavy story choice based games, and like that those ones were really the kind of games that I really like connected with, the really deep role playing ones. And I realized that a big portion of that came from the fact that I played Knights of the Old Republic as a kid. And so when SWTOR first got announced, I was super excited for it. But what I didn't know at the time, and that was just because I was like a dumb teen who did not play much in terms of MMOs back then. So I didn't really know much about how MMOs functioned. I didn't know that SWTOR was going to be a subscription game, which it was at least at release. It's not anymore. So technically I could go back and play it, and I probably should go back and play it at some point just to actually experience the full story. But I bought into it into like the early access and everything to get like I wanted to play it as much as possible, and then it turned out when you bought the game you got 1 month of access and then you had to start paying, and I never did that. So I never ended up getting very far into the game, but I remember that I was super into it at first. But yeah, I've never gone through its full story, but I do know that it's good because Tex is also super in. And Tex is the one who got me into Final Fantasy, so. Also, hi, Joji. Hello. Why not Monoko for feet? Monoko is also a good contender for top characters, but if the reason for Monoko is purely for feet, I raise you, Lune doesn't wear shoes. Anyway, how's it going, Joji? How's Joji doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Yes, that is the correct answer. Thank you. Every time I see Luna get excited about something, I know. When she starts like fangirling over the idea of the gestrels, I'm just like, oh, my sweet. Monoko. Oh yeah, no, Monoko 100%. My go-to team is Monoko, Verso, and then Lune, and it's for the most part Monoko is the goated support. He's the reason that Lune and Verso can do whatever the hell they want. And then Verso, for the most part, I built him as just like a chroma yeah, it was like a generator so that we could do chromatic attacks. And then Lune was just the nuclear bomb. Lune would just basically pop out fucking elemental bursts over and over and over again and just absolutely obliterate people. Yeah, free to play up to level 50, which is the core stories now, so 100% worth giving it a go. I did go full subscription a few years ago. That's so fair. Like, again, I was very averse to subscription games growing up. So for me, in my mind back then, the concept of subscribing in order to play the game was just, I hated that idea. I absolutely hated the idea of having to subscribe to play a game. And it's 14 was the game that broke that seal for me. And while I would still prefer buy to play over pay to play, I'm not as like intensely averse to it as I used to be. But still, I would there would have to be something else in the game that would push me to go to a pay to play option rather than just stick to like a free to play or a buy to play. And for like 14, it's purely because like the story and the characters just gripped me so well. In general, I wasn't that big into like standard MMORPG style games either. Like I was never I remember like I played a little bit of like the free to play period of like WoW and stuff like that in the past, and I was never a big fan of the giant hotbar of like a million abilities and like having to try and keep track and get all these little different keybinds to get everything to work. Again, 14 was the one that was like, I got so into the story and I wanted to keep playing to get more of the story that I learned how to like deal with the controls. And now I'm much more like, it's not actually that bad. But before I had that push to get past it, I was much more, yeah. Monoko, Verso, and Mael was actually the heavy dab. No, yeah. I had, so I would sometimes swap out Lune for Mael if I just needed really, really intense. If I purely needed single target damage, then I could swap in Mael. But I like to run Lune because Lune gave me the options for both really strong AoE nuking and single target nuking. Her single target nuking was not on par with Mael's, but her AoE made up for it. So then I was like, oh, if I have to fight more than one enemy, Lune's always going to be on top. And most of the time you're fighting multiple. Just for like the most difficult boss fights that I needed big single target damage, that's when I would throw Mael in. But I had Verso built. Basically, Monoko and Verso built as like sort of supports to kind of either prep enemies. Verso was the one that would break them a lot. And then and generate a lot of power for the chromatic attacks. And then Monoko was just generating a million fucking AP for the team and like attack and speed buffs. And then every now and then I would use his chromatic to give me the shields so that I wouldn't have to worry about dying, which was always really nice. Did you get every... I did get every ability for Monoko. I have only a few achievements left to get in Expedition 33. I still need to fight the hardest enemy in the game, which is Simon. I have done the whole DLC area already. I just need to go back and actually fight Simon. That's the one thing I still need to do. And I'm still a little bit like, I'm scared. But I also think I want to do it on stream. So, well, maybe what we'll end up doing is doing it on one of the non-story game days. So, like, maybe on, like, one of the Friday or Sunday streams, we'll go back to Claire. And then, see how that goes. But I do have a feeling that Simon is going to absolutely beat my ass in a good number of times before I can get past him. So yeah. I actually feel the subscription plus limited free-to-play is a cool model. I prefer subscription as a monetization model rather than any sort of pay-to-win model or predatory gacha. That's fair. No, I understand that appeal. I prefer... So, like, I would say I'm not a fan of the pay-to-win model. I don't mind gacha because I've grown past gacha. So, like, I recognize the problems with gacha because, like, as a kid, when I was younger, I was much more susceptible to that. And so I would, like, be much more inclined to, like, waste money on that and throw money at it. And now I'd say I'm much more comfortable with not doing that. So I don't have as much of an issue with the gacha model, but I do still see the problems with it. But that's from, like, me playing the game personally. My one issue that I have with the subscription models, and it's why I don't like subscriptions in general, is I like owning something. Right? I don't like the idea that I have to keep giving money to have access to something. And that the moment I stop giving money, I lose that access. It's never sat right with me. I don't have as much of an issue with it now, but I would much prefer something like Guild Wars' experience, where they have you buy the game at full price. and then you can just play with some like cosmetic microtransactions in the game, that's fine. The thing that I have with Final Fantasy, and that's the main issue that I have with 14, is that you have to buy the expansions. And it's the same problem I have with WoW. It's why I didn't get into WoW. Is that like you have to buy the game and expansions at like full price, but then also you have to pay monthly to keep playing. And that's the part where I'm like, that's a lot, you know? And like I do still have it, is that it ends up making you, at least for me, it would end up making me feel bad. Like, when I was still subscribed to 14, if there was a month that I didn't play, or that I'd like only played like once or twice, I ended up feeling bad because I didn't play, but I did pay, kind of thing. But yeah. Go through all the bosses on stream and the Endless Tower. Yeah. Oh yeah, they expanded the Endless Tower, didn't they? With the DLC. That I haven't done yet, actually. Because I had completed the Endless Tower on stream a while back. But I believe they said they had added more content to the Endless Tower as part of the DLC as well. That I haven't done, if I remember correctly. So that I would also still need to do. But I definitely need to go and do a few more Clair Obscure. Probably at least 2 or 3 more Clair Obscure. And I wanna 100% the game. There's only a few things I'm missing. But, the one thing I will say, alright? And this will sound very extreme. But, the gestural minigames, I would not be upset if they removed those from the game. In fact, I would be happier if they did. Specifically, okay, most of them are annoying to deal with, but like you can deal with them. But specifically, the volleyball minigame. Yes, there's one specific minigame, and it's the volleyball minigame. The person, and I say this with a lot of love in my heart for this game and the people that made it. But the people that created the volleyball minigame, or the person who decided to ship the volleyball minigame as it is, should not be allowed to make games. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. Please don't ever make a mechanic or a system for a game ever. Because I don't think whoever made the volleyball minigame understands what a fun gaming experience is. Like, I don't know. Yeah. That might sound harsh. But like, whoever made that minigame should not make minigames ever again. Because there is not a single redeeming factor in the volleyball minigame. There's just not a single one. Like, the tower with the the only up style mechanic, sure, it's only up. They're supposed to be kind of ragey games, and it's not that bad. It's annoying when you fall, but like for the most part, if you actually like put the effort in, you can you learn the jumps, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be fine. It's okay. The one where you had to like go along like the waterfront, jumping from all like the moving platforms and stuff, again, can be annoying. You'd slip off at random points. The game wasn't made for these mini games, but like you'll get through them eventually. But the volleyball one, it is so just dog shit. It's so bad. And I just, like, it is the one thing It is the only thing that has ever made me rage quit Expedition 33. That is the only thing that has ever made me rage quit a game. I have almost, like, I'm trying to think of the, like, which games I've ever rage quitted. There are very few games that I think I've ever rage quitted. But the volleyball minigame for Expedition 33 made me rage quit. Just, I alt F4'd in the middle of playing. Like, I was just that done. Like, I was just that over it. I know exactly. That pissed me so off. Plus the wall climbing being RNG felt me. Yeah, that's fair. Hold up, you want to have fun while playing the game? Come on, Sin. Now you're asking way too much. You know, that's a fair point, old man. That's a fair point. You're right. You're right, Theo. That gesture can burn. I don't care. Exactly. Like, everything else, even, like, I fought Simon, like, once or twice. Even that, like, Simon, even the hardest bosses that I fought in the game that absolutely wiped my ass, like, wiped the entire floor with my ass, I was okay with. Because you could see that you could learn how to do it. I would get annoyed while fighting some of them, but I would be getting annoyed at myself because I was making mistakes and not because the game just didn't feel good, right? It still felt good. And that was the thing that I think is done so well in this game, in Expedition 33. But the gestural minigame, no. 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 Just, no. That thing is just absolutely stupid, and it needs to stop. And the thing that annoys me the most is that at some point I have to, like, the volleyball is also the only one that I haven't done, but I have to at some point, I have to at some point go back and finish it and succeed because I want to get all achievements. But in order to get all achievements, one of said achievements is win all the gestural games. I wish I could see your reaction to falling to the abyss. Well, technically, you should be able to. It should. All of the VODs are, or at least should be, on YouTube. So I still have a the Expedition 33 playlist, so you should be able to see it on there somewhere. I kind of accidentally fell into it, so we never, like, I was just kind of like, what the fuck's going on here? Because I remember we were just exploring Renoir's drafts. And it was, I believe, at the end of one of the streams, but yeah. But yes, there is an achievement in the game tied to complete all the gestural games. And it annoys me because that's one of the only things that I haven't done in terms of achievements. Comes down to what you said. The game controls are clearly not designed for the gestural games. Hard bosses, I mean, yeah, they can be hard, but they're exactly, yeah. The volleyball one was just bad using it UX, yeah. And that's why I say, and I know it sounds harsh, but I don't think whoever made the choice that the volleyball minigame was ready to ship, right? Was ready to, like, just be put out there. I don't think that person should make games, or at least mini games, anymore. Because they clearly, because there's only two ways that I can see that got shipped as it was. And that's either, one, they don't understand user experience at all, or two, They understood that it was a terrible user experience, but they didn't care. Those are the only two situations, like, those are the only two things that I can see in my mind for how that got shipped. And that it just got put out there. And that, despite how people have, like, complained about it, they never actually did anything to update or change it. That's the one, that's, like, the biggest gripe that I have with the game. And I mean, it's still a good sign that the biggest gripe you have with the game is like basically a forgotten minigame that's in the game. But it's still annoying. And it's, to me, that still says a lot about the person that decided to ship that minigame. Whether that was like whether that was a developer that was left in charge of it and just said, yeah, it's fine. Whether that was like a game tester, a QA tester that tested it and was like, oh, this is shit, but I couldn't be bothered to tell them to change it. Or whether it was like one of the higher ups that said like, I don't care, just ship it as it is. Don't waste time like making it better. Whichever one of those situations ended up happening to result in that minigame being left in the game, that person should just not be allowed to do that work anymore. And I mean that with all the love and respect in the world. I respect everything else that was made in that game. I love the team behind it, but whoever was involved in that, just no. No. I didn't see that achievement, minigame achievement. Oh wait, no, I got it. Never mind. I tried to do the final stage of all. Well, then you must have succeeded it at some point. Because yeah, you need to win all the gestural games to get it. I've had a few times where I'd get some decent RNG, because that's the other thing, right? It feels like you just need to get good RNG on that volleyball section, and make no mistakes. But I've had a few times where I got good RNG, where I got like the thing down to like 4 or 5 pips left, and then like it would get I would die, and I'd be just want to throw my controller at the wall. Necro saying that gestures can burn, Sen saying that dev can burn. No, the dev doesn't need to burn. They just need to find a different job. Because clearly this isn't the job for them. Only toast a bit. No. They just need a different job. They need to go find a different job. I wish them no harm. Just don't... Just find something else to do with life, please. A little sizzle. So the dev doesn't need to burn, just the... Exactly. I'm glad you understand. Thank you. I don't know, man. It just... I don't like it. That's the thing, is like I tend to like believe. I like to believe that I have a decent amount of like empathy, right? That I can kind of put myself in someone else's shoes and see where they're coming from. I don't know what like situation you'd have where you'd think that that is a good thing to put out there. Like I can't imagine a thought process that isn't just I don't care. Right? Like that's just I don't yeah. Well. Anyhow, the rage aside, I do still love the game. I do still think it is absolutely 100% my game of the year, like my favorite game of 25. Absolutely phenomenal experience. Um Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Exactly. Thank you, thank you. I should actually remember that. Phenomenal. That's smart. That's smart. Well played, Gon. Well played. Alright. Oh, with a 50-minute yap session behind us. Well, actually, about 40 minutes. We started streaming about the 10-minute mark. So, with about a 40-minute yap session behind us, shall we make our way into some control? You also did on expert? Yeah, I did. So I played the game on expert just from the get-go. Because, I don't know, I'm insane or something. But honestly, I found, like, that it's... So, like, I've only ever done one run, and it was just on expert. But I've actually found that overall, it's not, like, that as bad an experience as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be... It was painful, don't get me wrong. But when I got to the point that I realized on expert that no matter what I do, getting hit means death, and that there's no way to, like, build my characters tanky enough to survive. And I had to either just dodge or, like, find other ways to just fully avoid the damage instead of getting hit. That was when it, like, changed. That was the point where I was like, okay, now I understand. So from that point onwards, all of my characters just became glass cannons. Because I realized, like, it doesn't matter if I take 50% more damage. Even if I take 50% less damage, I'm still going to die. So I'm just gonna go for glass cannons. Doesn't matter how much HP I have, it's gonna one-shot me anyway, so just put it all in damage. That was the point that everything changed. But yeah, that's why I am still kind of scared of going after Simon. Is, the learning the boss's patterns is like the hardest thing for, for me on expert, because you don't get the kindness of being able to, like, take a hit here and there. You just have to start dodging from the get-go. But yeah. Okay, let us boot up the game. Did you play on, I didn't dodge at all in the game? So you weren't playing on expert, I'm assuming. Or do you mean that you just parried everything because you're a parry god, Necro? Are you a parry god? Is that it, Necro? I remember one of the ones that really, really bullied me was the, Dansus. When you had the mission to, like, or the side quest where you had the Dansus and you had to just, like, perfectly, like, parry their attacks consistently. Like, you didn't have to kill them, you just had to parry their different attack sequences for a certain amount of, like, turns. God, that one was painful. But I remember also the other point where it clicked for me, where the game became a lot easier, was when the audio cue, like, started to get, like, hardwired into my brain. Was like I started to understand the I started getting used to, like, the audio cue of, like, oh, at this exact moment I dodge, and as soon as that started to click in, even new enemies became a lot easier to deal with. That was why I, like, really liked what's her name? What's his name? Oskio. Oskio. We got him on the third try, I believe, because of the audio cues. At that point, like, I was so, like, in sync with the audio cues that even when I didn't know the attack, I was still able to dodge a decent amount of them. Just because, like, I was no longer panic dodging, but just listening. My problem early on was that I would panic so much, and I just panic dodge the whole time. I love that Dancer's one. I hated dodge because the timing never fit. I also got used to it. Yeah. What I ended up doing and what I found ends up happening is I got used to pushing dodge instead of parry. But I would almost always perfect dodge. So I had the parry timing. I just didn't dare to actually press the parry button. Also, no. Going into control. I do need to actually... We have a tight schedule of a mission per day. I need to make sure we actually get that. There we go. But yeah, I was always too like not confident enough to go for the parries, even though I could. Right. So, from what we did yesterday, for those that were not here, is we went into do we have it here? Yeah. So we went to the research sector to figure out about the HRAs. We met Marshall. We helped Marshall go into the lab and try to figure out how to start producing them. However, it needs what is called a black rock prism to channel the energies or whatever to help it create the HRAs, which are the vests that are keeping the other normies from getting taken over by the hiss and ending up like, you know, these floating piñatas over here. However, the prism that was there broke. So we need to now make our way to the Black Rock Quarry in order to get another prism. But it looks like they aren't gonna let us. Hey, yeah. That one out. Ow! Rude. You know what? You're working for me now. Also, we've unlocked that, which is basically we've learned how to mind control the hiss. Because we found another object of power that gives us the ability to mind control. Oh, goddamn. Okay. This is gonna be... Okay. Bro, stop! Good? Oh my god. They just keep coming. Another one still. Now there's at least one more. There he is. Are we done? Nope. Sounds like this. Yep. Stop. We done? Goodness, I was trying to do a recap. You guys are so rude. Honestly. Like, why would you interrupt me in the middle of trying to recap what's going on, brother? Oh, no. I do love the destruction is so cool. It really makes the fights feel impactful when you look around and you see this afterwards. God. Very satisfying. Are you controlling us, Sen? Sen, am I here with my own free will? No comment. I mean, no, of course, Necro. What do you mean? Don't be silly. You obviously made your own choice. Why would you ever not want to be? You know? There's no reason to not. That's somewhere that we don't. Ignore that space. We're gonna make our way back to Black Rock Process. Maintenance. There's a whole side area there. Damn. Okay. So, to the maintenance sector. I mean, it's on you if you were expecting their permission there. That's a fair point. You make a fair point there. Alright, chat.
Marshall knows something about Dylan. Is he here? Is he alright? HRAs first. They'll help save everyone, including Dylan, once I find him.
So,
can you keep him safe? Like you do with me?
So, I still think, okay, so my theory currently, right, the HRAs are Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. And so when they were first already talked about, I noted, like, they're called resonance amplifiers, meaning that they're not the thing that's creating the protection, they're amplifying Hadron resonance, which is the, which is what is actually protecting them. They're just amplifying it to protect them from the hiss. My current theory is that this Hadron is Dylan, which is our brother. I think Dylan also has the connection to the entity that we have, and this entity is giving us protection from the resonance, from the hiss. I think it's also giving Dylan protection from the hiss. And I believe that the Bureau sees Dylan as Hadron, or whatever, and they are amplifying the resonance from him to create the protection from the hiss. That's my theory. My game theory. And I feel like we did get at least some level of, not necessarily that Dylan is Hadron, but at least we know for certain now that Hadron is indeed some entity that is protecting them. Because what's his face? Dr. Darling said as much in one of the videos. Okay. But, got another one of those spheres over there. Oh. Damn. Brother got crushed. Just us in the sphere. What? Ooh. This is terrifying. Whew. Good. Create a barrier. Get into health. Smack him. Get him down. Okay. Whew. Alright. That was terrifying. I almost died there. God damn. You guys are not fucking around. Okay, we got a side mission to pick up. Do we have a teleport point near us? No, but we might get one soon. Go to the ritual division. I don't want to do it, but I also don't. Not right. I don't know what that one does. There's at least one power on there, and I'm not sure what it does. Ah. Ow. That was bound to happen. There we go. Okay, we made it. We made it. Welcome back from the end. Thank you guys for seeing. What's over here? I'm immediately distracted from my distraction. This is the most quintessentially me thing that I've ever done. Oh. Here? Way down. So this is the light switch. Hmm? Great. And
Hello? I don't know. The lights are on. They should be open. We're looking to get a room for the night. Hello? I don't think anyone's there, honey. Come on. We'll go to that motel we passed a while back.
huh. Got one door here. Nothing. Huh. Stuff around. Okay. Oh wait, so we were making the rooms look the same. I see. Okay, so the chair's out. The right. Chair's out. The right. Font was pictures. Okay, that looks right. Does that mean I can now... Thing. There. Or does it have to be the opposite? Okay. You're there. Or... I'm not sure if it wants us to make it look the same or make it look opposite. Or is there an entirely different thing that it wants? Okay. Out, right, straight. Out. Left. Aha! Oh, I see now. It had to... Okay. So we had to actually fix it based off of the first version that we saw. And then swap to 3. Okay, okay. There we go. One more. What did that do? No idea what that did. Oh, did we create the opening now? The pathway? We did. Okay, so we actually had to do that. That's nice. That's cool. I accidentally did what I needed to do. That being said, I wanna... Sorry. These are impressive.
Okay, we need to find a way to Blackrock processing. That's where Marshall said we'd find a prism.
Got more lore. Atlas theory. The Atlas is a physical expression created by the oldest house. Its purpose and function are currently unknown. The specific shape and dimensions of the Atlas seem to indicate a more explicit purpose than the oldest house's usual rules for shifts. The Atlas changes form but resists observation when doing so. No visual observation has been made during its change, and it only ever occurs between frames when monitored by surveillance cameras. A previous theory was that the change corresponds to house shifts and the Atlas is a blank of the blank itself. However, the shape changes do not occur at the same time as the building shifts, which make this theory doubtful. Structurally, the Atlas is made of the same something material as the rest of the oldest house. Further observation will hopefully aid in discovering its Kinda hoping we can find something with a bit. Give me the med kit, please. I need it. Okay. Aaron's 5, but it needs clearance. We have superpowers. That's just right.
Reminder: if the contents of your workspace have been rearranged, removed, added to, or altered in any other way, you should immediately leave the area while speaking to yourself in a reassuring tone. This will not only keep you calm, but also the room. Thank you for your attention.
All chat, you heard it here first. Your room changes. Leave the place immediately while speaking to yourself in a reassuring tone. That's a way forward. Obviously something. Whoa, wait a second. That was a personal mod with a whole new color. Level 5! Damn! 58% energy recovery speed? Yep. Give me that. Give me that. Absolute. Fighting happening. There's people to save. Fighting for me now. Oh my goodness. We saved them. They're both still alive. We did it, chat. We're heroes. I'm like paranoid that the cleansing thing's just not gonna work again, just like last time, and suddenly it's gonna spawn on top of us.
Hey, Fade, up here!
Okay, but I'll be with you in like a second, right? Because I have a mini quest here to go to research the ritual division. I'm gonna go do that real quick, and I'll come back. All right, Arish. Cover my health. I was way too aggressive. Whew. Okay, I need to stop like risking it that much. I need to have less confidence. I need to have like way less confidence. Because though that guy almost absolutely ate my ass. And not in a good way. Oh, yeah, ha, okay. We're good. Back to the Atlas chamber.
Hey, Fade, up here!
Right. Yeah, I know you're over there. First, need to make sure there's no lore down here. What if there's like lore tidbits hidden in the corners? Right? Doesn't look like it, but like what if there was? In there. Here. Loot. Not lore, but it is loot. Oh.
During an AWE investigation, our agents discovered a light switch cord in a Butte bungalow closet. They pulled the cord and were instantly transported to the Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream like haze. Inside, they found a door marked with an inverted black pyramid. And just like that, it led back to the oldest house, some 2,000 miles from Montana. Now we're finding the cord in increasing numbers throughout the Bureau. Somehow the two places, they became in tune to each other. The actual physical location of the Ocean View is a mystery. Stepping beyond its walls has so far proven impossible. A place of power like the oldest house.
Interesting. So, from how I'm understanding it, right, is these objects and places of power are based on the, like, collective human consciousness. Right? So, like, for example, the motel's existence is because of, like, the collective human consciousness's perception of a motel. Which is generally, like, it's a place between places. Right? Like, it's somewhere that you stay or that you go to as you're on your way from area A to area B. You stop at a motel. So it makes sense for it to be a sort of hub connecting different locations. I'm curious what the logic is behind the oldest house.
Medic, what's the damage?
They've each taken a few hits. We need to get them to a surgical station ASAP, but I don't think they're stable enough to move.
Oh yeah? But they're gonna have to be. Because we are moving out and I am not leaving them behind. Now do what you need to do.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition into the Quarry threshold just after 0500 Zulu. Can you please state your names and describe the purpose of your expedition?
Kevin Horowitz, Rupert Wells. Our mission was to map Quarry grid coordinates G29.
I'm not doing
Secondary
so
objective, as
You're
always,
fine.
was
We'll
to
push
find a
through this.
route from
Because
the
of the ones
threshold
doing
entrance
the
and
pushing,
maintenance
Doc.
to the formation. Secondary objective was not a success.
What a surprise. And did you encounter any previously unrecorded event or entity while inside the threshold?
No, nothing. Do you think we should tell him about the mermaid?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the mermaid. Horowitz here found this mermaid in the quarry, just sitting on some black rock. She was singing this beautiful song, and he was overcome with desire.
Kill a hiss, I buy a shot.
She was so
Bottom
alone.
shelf only.
I'd say she was more enchanting.
Fine, enchanting.
Did you tell your CO about this?
No. Because it didn't happen.
Nothing happened. As usual, the quarry is full of rocks. That's it. Can we go now?
Fuck you guys. Get out of here.
Get out of here. When can we get out of here?
Alright. Arish.
Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death.
The hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Blackrock Prism to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Blackrock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. Another day at the FBC. Well, Darling's lab is just past Blackrock processing. But I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. We are just treading water here, and the hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and, well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me. They don't know how I've failed people.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base in Executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
Aw. That's not... Wanted to meow at me. Fair enough. Alright. Well, interestingly enough, the textures seem to be loading in better this time.
Why does my head feel like this?
Marshall Trench's behavior. Have you noticed the recent tension between Trench and Darling? They've both been acting odd lately. Trench concerns me the most. His sudden hostility towards Darling's project is very unlike him. He was the one to improve all this Hedron research in the first place. But after Darling unveiled those HRAs, he was livid. I personally don't see any reason not to equip your staff with an additional protection device, especially not if it's as strong as it says. What do you make of this? Have you seen anything from either of them that strikes you as odd? Let's talk in person soon, or the next Bureau heads meet. What's up, Nala? What? Oh. Upset because she didn't get lap punishment. Oh. Wasn't expecting you to hug my arm. Okay. Cuddle deprived. The little kitty is cuddle deprived, chat. I'm gonna have to wait a second here. Alright, babe. Poor baby. Has been deprived of her cuddles for too long. She's pushing her face into my face. Just to get more cuddles. Oh, wait. Wait. Ow. That was my phone falling. Wait, Nala, don't do that. Wait. There you go. Enjoy some premium kitty purrs. Highest quality. Straight from the source. He's also caught one of my arms. So. Hand. Ah, you've drooled all over my sweater. It's going in the water. Fine. Alright, where were we?
For a concussion.
This is our way forward, and I'm not sure I want to go this way, but here we are. Oh. Eesh, you don't look too good. Anything back here? Doesn't look like it, no. Good, because it looks like this was like leading somewhere, but nothing there. Oh, letting me see that there's a loot box behind that locked door. We're gonna have to be able to loop around.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster.
Oof. Oh my goodness. Holy, what the heck? That just ripped. Ooh. That's intense. Swan boat. Okay. Item is made of fiberglass painted to resemble a swan. Foot pedals allow the item to propel forward in water. The item emits a pulse of physical force at an estimated force of possible connection to OOP5. Measuring the exact force created by the item has been hindered by concerns from the Human Resources Department. The item was seized from an active rental service called Blank, located in Lake Blank on Vancouver Island, Canada. After it ejected numerous riders over the course of a summer, bringing the boat to the attention of the media. The item was transported to the Bureau by helicopter, and containment specialists accompanied it, sent to recite formulas C9 through 32 recursively. What occurred in the helicopter is not known, but all agents were lost in the crash. The item was recovered and then transported by train. It arrived at the Bureau without further incident. Is that thing gonna make us fly? Clearance 5, okay. We need to come back here when we have clear.
You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
I don't trust this one bit.
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that? Ah! Holy man,
Let's
what?
hurry up and find Darlene's lab.
Jesus! What was that? Why was it in? Oh god, no! I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Ew, icky. No, stay away. Big nope. Very, very big nope. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Hi, Hachiro. Hi, hi, hi. How's it going? How's it going? How you be? How you be? Okay. Icky. Scared much? Sounded more disgusting. Yeah. I hate invisible. Like, I don't know what it was, but it looked really icky.
Frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The Quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where black rock comes from.
You heard that too, right?
Dimensional matter.
Black rock
It
comes
has the
from the
unique
threshold.
property of blocking out a
Quarry.
lot of frequencies. A
So
good thing.
the prisms must be there too.
Contained. Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the Black Rock Line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the Quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. Black Rock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it? We can do that again if you...
Neighbor of the beast. Oh, thanks. All right, let's read the reports meanwhile. We got Black Rock. Black Rock has allowed the Bureau to make great strides in containment procedures since it was first discovered. This report will examine how its very structure is comprised of blank density that nullifies all resonance within a range of blank to blank. Bureau Innovations and incorporate Black Rock. Why can't I words today? Bureau Innovations that incorporate Black Rock will be analyzed, most notably the fire breaks, feats of engineering designed to contain any future outbreaks, attacks, or other internal threats. The goal of this report is to encourage Bureau staff to explore further innovations using Black Rock, as work in that field has markedly slowed in recent years. Interesting.
Darling's key. This should get us into the quarry.
Okay. God, that light. 665 sounds like the resonance it blocks is basically speech. Look like a range from 4 digits to 5 digits. It could be. I'm not sure. So from what I understand, yeah, you might be right there actually. Wait, can we see? Where was it? Collect. Oh, we also got the hiss distorted. Ah, that was the thing we fought. Okay. Hiss distorted agents are able to render themselves invisible, hate that, and emit a powerful concussive blast when in close range of their targets. Curiously, the hiss distorted is apparently not able to utilize both abilities at once. It must make itself visible when it goes on the offensive. The hiss distorted is unique in the fact that it wields a paranatural ability previously unknown to the Bureau, perhaps tapping into a yet undiscovered object of power. How does this invisibility work? Does the distorted become resonance temporarily? Does it use hiss resonance to refract light? The physical deformation of this particular hiss entity is noteworthy in its thoroughness. Clearly, the human host would have died from such extreme alteration, which prompts the question, are the corrupted simply animated corpses? Huh. English, do you speak it? No. Me no speak English. English hard. Brain no understand. Human hearings between like 20 and 20,000? Yeah. I mean, it would make sense, right? The hiss. Where are we? Where was Blackrock? There. Yeah, that could be like 4 to 5 digits. And this... yeah, this would probably be like 4 digits. This would be 5 or like 5, 6. I think 4, 5 makes more sense there. Like 4, 2, 1, 3. Yeah. Which I guess makes sense, right? Because we hear the hiss. So it does make sense that it would be within a range that we could hear. I wonder, so are all objects of power within that same, like, is all this paranatural stuff? I mean, because we can hear the board as well. Curious, are all paranatural things based on that, like, audio range? Are they all based on resonance? Also, we got level 5. I'm gonna quickly go back. See there, you can hear it. Hey, there's a secret room up there. Wait. Hey. Or let me up there. I know I can get up there. Do I really have to like unlock the ability to fly before I can go up there? I swear to God, I'm gonna get up there. I don't care if you don't want me to get up there. I'm gonna get up there. Right, can I... You win this time, game. But I'll be back. And you'll regret it. Traditional phone lines use an hour frequency range of 300 to 3.4 kilohertz voice. So that actually fits better. 3 digits in the first redacted, 5 digits in the second one. Hiss is something that one would pretty much always hear in old copper phone lines. The thing is, right? Actually, it could make sense. Well, because the thing is, it's not only the hiss, it's all objects of power. And one of the things that they have is that they use old technology specifically because it can't get affected by all this resonance. So if anything, I feel like that would mean more so that it's above that range. Right? Because, like, so they use old computers and, like, old phones. You're not allowed to have, like, a mobile phone or anything like that. Because, could also be just hiss itself, according to Wiki. Electromagnetic hiss is a naturally occurring, extremely low frequency, very low frequency electromagnetic wave, i.e. 300 to 10,000. Huh. Interesting. Unless you're told that, but you're actually being exposed to hiss deliberately. Well, so the Bureau doesn't only... The hiss is the newest thing, right? The hiss is the first thing that's been able to, like... Or not the first thing, but the hiss is separate to, like, a lot of the other stuff that they've dealt with. Like, they've been dealing with objects of power. They've got all these research files and stuff on things that they've been dealing with before. It could be that the hiss does hit that frequency, but the black rock wasn't for the hiss. The black rock was specifically for other objects of power and, like, their resonance. So containing other, like, paranatural phenomena. So the hiss might be, the hiss might be, like, uniquely suited to be, like, utilizing that defensive measure, and is, so, like, because of that, it's not.
Everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be.
Oh.
I am in an infinite building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy.
Huh.
It feels sane. Or just the right kind of insane.
Huh. We get him before anyone else knows. There is at least one more of them. Hasn't noticed us yet, though. That's a good start. That didn't work. Alright. We're good? Like we're good. The bird passed them. Yeah, it could be, or by restricting themselves to like when the hiss was drawn in because of that resonance. Yeah, like their defensive mechanisms turning against them because of how perfectly suited the hiss. Exactly. Although the thing that is strange is that they are using at least Blackrock prisms to create the HRAs. Which is okay. The thing that I find interesting now, right, is so we're using Blackrock prisms to create HRAs. And oh, we've already been here. Oh, that's this door. Oh shit. Okay. So we're using Blackrock prisms to okay. That was weird. We're using Blackrock prisms to create HRAs. And the HRAs are amplifying the resonance of Hedron, which is what is stopping the hiss from infecting people. But the Blackrock is known specifically for its ability to block resonance. So then, how are they using it to create something that amplifies resonance? If it is uniquely suited to, like, sealing it. Oh god, okay. There's a lot of them here. Okay, let's take a control point. Because I feel like we're about to get into a pretty big fight here. Do you have something explosive? Don't look like. However, you have something big. Oh, that worked. Liar. I'm not sure. There's definitely something strange going on regarding the hiss. Was it just these guys? Okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. Oh, research. NSC. Oh. Something sarcophagus container. Okay. The NSC was designed by order of Deputy Chief Trench shortly before he became director. The container provides a safe method of extraction of something's excess energy output while acting as a humane way to house him. That something begins with an N. And that thing is alive. And I guess, at least to some extent, seen as a person. The coolant pumps keep the container and its blank from overheating while the energy is siphoned. The energy is then conducted to the converters, where it is rendered into a something through the use of turbine generators. A power source or something? I don't know. Into energy? Electricity? The electricity produced powers the entire bureau, making us completely self-sufficient and effectively invisible on the New York City grid. After NSC-01's disappearance by some unknown manifestation of Blank's power, the occupant was restrained and a second model was built. NSC-02 possesses built-in spatial anchors that are designed to prevent any translocative effect from its occupant. Okay, so it's a living battery. Yeah. Interesting. Who is N? So I know that they have like basically their like remedies like in own extended universe, and their games are like linked together, like Alan Wake in these games. And I don't know all the games that they have, but I know that they've got like a sort of shared universe between these games and a shared lore. I'm wondering if there's like, surely there's like probably someone that's like pieced together who, for example, the N is here. Huh. Okay. I definitely expect clues to be scattered, yeah. I'm curious if all those clues, well, what I'm saying is like, I'm curious if the clues are all in this game, or if there are like hints and tidbits in those other their other games that help tie it together. I'm definitely gonna have to look up some lore videos. I'm gonna need some of those lore YouTubers to step up for me. Oh, there is a way down to this one, so I do want to check. Yeah, down there is the power plant, the ground level that we were at before. Okay, it keeps going down, so I'm gonna keep exploring. Because this obviously leads to something. There's no way you would make all this and not have it lead anywhere. So what's down here? What secret do you have in store for me? Nothing back here. I swear to God, if I run all this way and there's absolutely nothing, I'm gonna be so upset with myself. Can't even like run on these. There's another floor down. Does this bring us all the way back down to the ground floor? I can't imagine. Uh-huh. Okay, well, we've got one thing of them. There's also able to go across there. Check. That's slightly concerning that all of those just popped at the same time. Aha. A shield boot. Personal mod. What does that do? I mean, boost a shield probably, but like what is the shield that it boosts? That like just the summoned shield? It looks like it. We've also got prime energy recovery speeds here. Healthy. I do like having some boosted health though, so I'm gonna keep them for now. At least until we become stronger. What else is... Has to be something else. Keeps going down. But I didn't see a way all the way up here from down there. So I'm imagining there is... Either we're opening up a path that connects back. No? Huh. Huh. Was it just that one thing? Are we able to jump down onto somewhere from over here? Interesting. Maybe when we learn to like fly, we can like get up here easily from down there or something. That's why it's giving us this connection. Otherwise, I have absolutely no idea. No, I can't jump up there, but maybe I could jump. But no. Let's actually continue with the story now. Looks like there was something across over. Ooh. More loot. More things to use. More stuffies for me. Perhaps. Definitely something back here. Haha! Fan supplement. The oscillator. Extract from formal interdepartmental complaint. The notion of fan death has now become widely known in the region, since foreign investigator Blank met with a local journalist to explain how electric fans operate at speeds that may suffocate users by overly distributing the air. As our agency is still young, we must take care to avoid missteps. Any explanation given to the public must provide sufficient yet vague rationale that will reaffirm their certainty that ours is a stable, controlled world. We must tread carefully, especially in this increasingly technological world, the radio and other innovations allowing information to travel at speeds previously undreamt of. This is precisely why we insist that our department handle all communication with public bodies. With all due respect, William S. Powers, head of the Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions. Ah. What a surname, Powers. Mr. Powers? Can you imagine? Mr. and Mrs. Powers. Sounds like a superhero in it. They're like superhero incognito name. That's really bad. In here? Another shelter there. Some loot. Else? Not look like it.
Elevator's broken. Gotta get down the old-fashioned way.
Of course. Love that. Or I jump down each after double check that. I saw that guy though. To get rid of very good because I don't like him. Yeah. No, 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 no! slipped between the cracks. But we made it. I don't think there's anything there. Won't look like that. And if there was, well, rip. Okay, here. Thank God we have the dash to like to stop fall momentum. Another one. That's another one bonked. And there they are. There's no way it's just 3. I don't believe it. As soon as I go to that control point, there's gonna be that spawn in. No? That's crazy. I was so ready for them to send like a whole freaking horde at us. But I guess not. They're probably inside the quarry then. I'm not paranoid, you're paranoid. Alright, let's see. We can upgrade some weapon forms though. So I want to make the piercer. And the spinner. And once we get more source and some entropic echoes, we can upgrade the also upgrade our upgraded our levels, higher level stuff. Dr. Random Mod Prime. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we can get level 4. No. We want to clear out a few more of the old stuff. I don't know if we need the shotgun. Right? So. I think I like the idea of the pierce. Gonna give that one a try. Gives me more damage while aiming. Give pierce a try. Ooh, this looks cool. I see. Whew. Give it a try. We'll give Pierce a try. I kind of like the basic pistol just as an option. For now, let's try this combo. Okay. Forward march. We have missions. Oh, we have. Go to the communications department. Because I assume I'm gonna need to do a number of these. Oh, there, communication. That up from dead letters, or do we? Mailroom. Or mailroom. I think that looks like it's. Looked like it was down the hall and up the stairs. Yeah, up here. No, I'll take that right back at you, brother. Hey! Woo! You're mine now, bitch. What am I doing? It's not. The computer is like taken over or something? I don't know. I don't understand. Doesn't seem to be anything else in. Wait, this isn't communications. Communications is there. By dead letters. I just fought a bunch. There it is. Okay. Here we go. is it? There we go. Okay, now we just go. Well done. Oh, hi. Ah, that's why they kept. I mean, this guy was hiding back. Ran away. Bitch. Whew. Alright. That office looks so horrible. Sitting on that desk would make me feel extremely oppressed. Fair. To be fair, those computers were surrounded in the black rock. We had that when we first got into that room. That's for like their communications to outside of the bureau. And those black rocks are there to basically contain I guess the paranatural entities, to make sure that it can't, like, I guess, affect the outside world, or at least like escape through there. Sorry. At least that's how I understood it. So those black rock sort of desks are sort of more like a protective barrier to make sure that the resonance can't make use of the computers. And I guess get their paranormalness out into the World Wide Web. I do like this weapon. Bam! Whew.
Sen, I have a serious question for you.
Oh dear. Okay, alright. We're going serious mode. Understood. What's up? What's up? What's up? What is the serious question gone? Why are blueberries so good? Okay. Well, it starts with their quantity of fructose. So fructose, the sugars within fruit are kind of essentially a slight drug for our brain, right? They work. Sugar works in a very similar way to drugs because it gives our brain essentially an upper. And so, blueberries in particular, alongside a lot of other smaller fruit that, I was wondering if that exploded. Pop open the... Oh, wait, it did! Oh my god, Chad, I'm so smart. So a lot of the, in particular, like, berries that we as people like to consume are things that we have bred over time in order to increase the quantities of, like, well, sugars inside of them, which has in turn, one, made them much more delicious, but two, also made them much more addictive for us. So basically, if you want to know why blueberries are so good, it's because we've bred them into becoming basically a really good drug. Can I jump back up from here? Yeah. want to see what's down here. Drugs, it's always drugs. Yeah, basically. For the most part. It's usually just drugs. That's kind of just how mankind operates. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I could shoot that. Doesn't look like I can. I need to go back up and heal. Oh my god, that thing hurts. I just read. Or was that just because I'm not in combat? So it's... Health. There we go. I wanna know. Now I need to figure out what those things are and how I kill them. I am not going to lose to whatever that was. Give me something to throw at it. Time to teach this thing who I... Why would you just throw that? Use you. I was going to use that. I'm using this instead. Holy Jesus! Bro, why do they hurt so much? Okay, but we killed one. Where's the other? I need to go back and heal. I don't know what those things are, but they hurt. Give me more health. Please give me more health. Hi, Ruby! The Phantom Kitties strike again. Oh, dear. No! No! Protect our catnip! Protect the catnip! Hi, Ruby. Hi, Raiders. Welcome in, welcome in. How's it going? How was the rest of your stream? I hope Persona went well. I'm getting sidetracked right now. I agree, except the ones they make in the USA that are oversized and flavorless. I remember having some really big strawberries once that were so big and looked so good, but tasted like, yeah. No, so what happened was, like, what we consider today, so that's when we get into the more, like, genetic modification of it to, like, mass produce, right? Is modern... We were talking about berries before this as to why they're addictive. So, like, if we go into, like, the original process that we came by to create berries and, like, the sweet foods that we like today. Oh, where are you? Where the fuck are you? You little bitch. Come here. Where are you? There you are. Did I get him? Is he dead? It's still like all red and spooky down here, so I feel like if I go down, I'm just gonna take damage. Yeah. I thought killing those things would help me, like, gain control. Hey, that's the name of the game. Sorry. Okay, hi. First off, hi Raiders. Welcome on in. How was the rest of stream? Stream was good. I've already underestimated how chunky the game is. Still haven't finished the first palace yet. Oh damn. Also, hi Tao. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, we're playing Control. We're about halfway through the game. I'm getting sidetracked as per usual. And we were talking about berries and why they taste so good. But so, what we consider today to be like the premium natural berries, they taste so good because we selectively bred them to increase their like sugar quantities and to make them as sweet and tasty as possible. And sugar is basically a drug for our brain. So essentially we were growing drugs. But then when you take to like this, like what you were talking about now, Gone, with like the big tasteless ones in America, that is when people started, that was when we started growing them for greed, basically. So because people like them to be tasty, we started trying to like modify them to grow them to be bigger. But the problem is when you grow, like when you make them bigger, you increase the size, but the plant and the process of creating that fruit and putting like the sugars and fructose into it that is happening when it's growing, that doesn't change. Just the size of the berry changes. So what you end up with is the same amount of flavor spread over a much larger produce, which ends up making it taste so flavorless because it's no longer so concentrated. In the same way that if you took like, say like, if you took, if you take like a concentrate of juice and you sip that directly from like a glass, it tastes really strong in flavor. But if you were to then put that in a much bigger glass and fill the rest with water, then you end up with the same thing as like those bigger fruits
Meow,
where there's
friends.
just like no taste to it. There's still the same amount of flavor there, but because it's spread over much larger produce, you just don't really taste anything. Also, hi Nether. Meow meow to you too. Is it biggin? So there's your fun fact of the day. That's why American fruit is so tasteless, because they're so focused on mass producing it instead of producing the quality. The same way that like they made it like they in order to get a plant to produce more fruit, it produces more fruit on a single plant. But as a result, that plant still only has the same amount of nutrients to put into each fruit. So once again, you're diluting the amount of flavor that the plant can put into those fruit because it now has to spread it over more. Quarry equipment order. We need additional diamond blades ASAP. Continuous rim this. What? We need additional diamond blades ASAP. Continuous rim this time to get the clean cut research once. Okay, there we go. This black rock shit is tough. We're going through blades like we're made of the damn things. The dimensions for these slabs of black rock they want are outrageous. For all the grief they're causing me, these fire breaks better fucking work a treat. Go ahead and double the lost order. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh no, it's another one of those. Stay the fuck away. Where did it go? Back down there, okay. Oh no. Nope. Eat this. There's a giant murder sphere down there that if I guess if I fail these jumps, then I end up trapped with a murder sphere that I can't kill.
Not what I expected.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. Damn. Decent streak for me. Thank you for that 10 stream streak, Ruby. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Alright. This is... There's a lot happening. Get through there. Back there. Wait. I want to check what's back there. Can I even get back there? Sorry. Rip. Okay. This place is So many bright floodlights. Oh my god. I just think of Sonic from Sonic Adventure 1 being all like, whoa, whoa, I sure don't want to fall off here. I mean, that is roughly exactly how I felt. Roughly exactly. That is how you English send. That makes a lot of sense to say roughly and exactly at the same time. Was this the way back? Okay. Ooh, Lord. No smoking reminder. All Bureau personnel are reminded to kindly not smoke in the quarry. Even though the quarry area is technically an outdoor space, it's still a part of the Bureau and therefore no smoking will apply. Not only is it considerate towards your fellow employees to refrain from inflicting the harm of second-hand smoke, it is also prudent to avoid any risk of gas fires, unforeseen threshold reactions, and possible creation of altered receptacle. Under no circumstances should cigarette butts be left in the quarry. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, well, we've opened the door. Oh, that's the door back to here. Something's... Who's there? I got a sniper this time. I got a big, scary sniper pistol. This doesn't lead anywhere. I hear combat music, but I don't see anything that's trying to kill me, and I don't like that. I swear to God, if this is one of those altered... Oh yeah, we found an invisible enemy earlier. So there's now an enemy that can go invisible, and then it'll sneak up on you and do a big ol'... Oh, there he is. Okay, he's not an invisible one. Fuck you. Yeah, so there's a new enemy that we've discovered. There we go. The hiss distorted. As you can see here, it's a completely torn open human being. They look like they're completely flayed. And they float around, they go invisible, and then they become visible again right in front of you and do a giant, like, concussive blast to your face. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. They're terrifying. I don't like them. This time I could actually land back here. Doesn't look like there's anything back here. Which just means... Oh, really? Stop spawning more guys! Alright, leave me alone. Alright, show yourself so that I can bonk you and then we can continue with our day. What? Here we go. I love this gun. They can cuss you with their innards. Yeah. So this thing over here is also concerning. There's a place down there. Aw, don't make me do this. Oh, what the? What are these? What, in The Last of Us? Nope. Nope. Okay, so now we've got fungus zombies too. Because of course we needed that. Alright. Quarry worker incident. Linda. I saw David last night. I was working late in the quarry when he stumbled out from behind some black rock. Looked like hell. I called up to medical right away. He was half starved. He's been missing for 2 weeks. So I guess it's not a surprise. While I was waiting for someone to come help, he kept telling me about some carving, something about an ancient tree. I couldn't really understand him. When the medics came, they brought security. They grabbed David and hauled him off. They interrogated me for a couple hours about what David had told me. Anyway, I know you're on the next shift, so I thought I'd leave this for you. He was your husband. You have a right to know. The way security was acting, well, I don't know if we're gonna see David again. I'm so sorry, Linda. Burn this after you read it. E. Oof. Oof. Okay. This is that fungus. We read about the fungus before. And this looks like they had tents and stuff in here. But did they get, like, taken over? I gotta get past you. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. We're good. See, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. We're back where we need to be. That's nice. There. Never a good sign. Activate the explosives to excavate the Black Rock prison. Oh, oh no, I see. Okay. Oh fuck, I pissed him off. Get more of them. Control you. You're fighting for me now, baby. You're on my team now. Down. I definitely like this. Oof. This gun is very good. Big fan. Okay, he's gonna be a problem. Yeah, I don't have time for his nodes and research right now, babes. Oh god, I don't like that sound. Oh, another one. You. You're working for me now. Are we good? Are we done? Holy. Alright. That was... whew. That was a lot of them. We handled that pretty decently though, I'd say. I think we did pretty good, right? There 4 or is it just 3? Looks like it's just 3 batteries required. Okay. Whew. How is Kitty saying? I'm doing good, lovely. How are you doing, Nether? How is Kitty Nether doing? How is Cutie Patootie Nether doing today? Alright. Quarry Operations Incident Report. During my weekly safety inspection to the quarry threshold, I discovered the entire crew in a state of blank. The whole team was blank, aligned, and staring in a uniform direction. the city in the distance. Despite my most vocal efforts to gain their attention, they remained blank for more than something minutes, until I had to resort to literally something. Okay. Afterwards, they were dazed and could not provide any rationale for their behavior or any specific memories of engaging. Huh. My official recommendation for any crew working in a threshold area is to either shorten the length of their shifts or to carry out mandatory psychological evaluations on a weekly basis, preferably both. And maybe we should order another.
Have you been taking care?
Hi, Star. Thank you for the carrot things. Thank you, thank you. Alright, chat, if I have to hydrate, stretch, and check my posture, then so do you. So drink some water, straighten out those muscles. Wait. Drink some water, stretch those muscles, and straighten out that back. Right now. Or else. Have I bee? Bee! I do the bee! There we go. Big stretches. Thank you, Star. How has Star been today? How is Star? Alright. Hit it. Right. Right. Like the black rock prism from the excavated seam. Gimme. Ooh, pretty crystal. Alright.
And there it is. Right where you led me.
Fucking knew it!
Raise the prisms, they mean something to you. I need to get this prism to Marshall before it's too late. HRAs, then Dylan.
Okay. There's the angry mind goblin thing again. Oh, there's more of them! Run. You just run. I wanted to explore. Looks like there's no exploration for this cat. Oh, there's probably stuff down there too. I don't think it can get up here, can it? No. And what if there's lore down there? Ugh. I didn't think it was gonna spawn those things. Oh god! When did they get up there? Oh, come on. Screw you. Like, actually? No. Wait, are they fighting each other? Huh! Oh! So those mind clouds aren't related to the hiss. Now that's interesting. Oh yeah, look. Oh. Yeah, because the mind clouds, these are from the, oh, what's it called? What's it called? The mind space. The world that the dimension that the board is from. Fuck. We have it in here. Wait. The MySpace. No. The astral plane. That's it. They're from the astral plane. So the hiss and these mind clouds are completely separate from one another. Try that again. We can just have the mind clouds murder things for us. Because I still get the source when they die. Well, that place is no longer safe to go. So, rip any intention to go there again. So what do we need to do? We need to go back to Marshall now. Where's Marshall? Ah, see, there was something still there by the quarry. Man. I hope those things go away. If they don't, I'm gonna be sad. We also need to go back to Central Research. Let's go to Central Research real quick and help them again. Alright. Any more nodes up here first? Doesn't look like it. No, okay, so we need to jump down there. Oh dear, okay. Ah. Alright, so there's more nodes. Gonna work for me. Thank you. Oh my god, we got absolutely obliterated. There were so many of them. I just completely I went into the wrong space there. I moved to an area that they could like surround me from multiple angles. Yeah. Oh. Let's go back up to the executive to find Marshall. Seeing as we failed the side mission. I'm a failure, chat. I failed. I failed. I'm sad. Alright. Oh, they built up this place some more.
It's ridiculous. Pope's grasping at straws.
Why? If hiss is a frequency, then why couldn't it vibrate molecules in order to alter human physiology? It would explain the hair loss.
Think about it. The precision that would require is unthinkable.
Hey. What's up, Marshall?
Had to take a detour into the quarry, but I found plenty. Here.
We will start HRA production immediately. I promised I'd tell you about Dylan once you helped us.
This is it.
Can I get my textures back, please?
She knows. 17 years I've waited.
Your brother is here. He was once known as Prime Candidate 6, codenamed P6. We brought him here after the ordinary event. He was groomed to be the future director. He had talents far beyond any other candidate in the program.
Of course he did. We found you together. We share a bond. Are you with him now?
So you kidnapped him?
We took him in. Your parents vanished along with every other adult in Ordinary. Eventually, his power changed him. There were casualties. He wasn't fit to be the director.
Did you know about this? Is this why you didn't bring me here sooner? Were you keeping me away?
Where is Dylan?
He's kept in the containment sector, in the Panopticon.
My brother. I thought we were the same. What if we are?
I'm going. Now.
I expected as much. I need to go check on something. Something I cannot let the hiss find. It shouldn't take long, but you must watch the Bureau while I'm gone. And remember, Dylan is dangerous. Do not let him out, Director Faden.
How do I make her stop calling me that? I'm not here for them. Nothing simple here. These people took my brother, but they've accepted me without question. Are they my enemies or my friends? I need to see Dylan. I need to know. I wish you could tell me what you know, explain things. Just stay with me, okay? I could use a friend right now.
Oh. What does that say? Jesse? Did that say Jesse? I think it said Jesse. Huh. Well, that's mission 5 done. Interesting. Okay. So Dylan's not Hedron then?
Pope wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month.
Interesting. We got another hotline. What's the board got to say to us? Alright. Certain resources loot can be constructed, crafted into mods or forms. We advocate facilitate this at control points menus. This will only be available exclusive for the director. Okay, well, I mean, we knew that. So a group of people kidnap her brother, then tell her he's evil, then make her feel welcome, included to the point that she's doubting her family for the new group, definitely not a cult. Right? Suspiciously cult-like behavior.
He'll crucify us if he finds out. Who does she think she is, authorizing that kind of data breach?
She must think he's hiding something. And I agree. The HRAs alone are proof Darling knew more than he let on.
Alright, we do have some ability points we can spend real quick. So, I do want to get multi-launch. Oh, but it looks like you can only get multi-launch at the end here. I see. So, we can't get multi-launch until we've maxed out our launch tree. Gotcha. Then the question is... we do something else instead. Got 4 points. We could focus on increasing our launch damage, which I do like the idea of. At least increasing it once, maybe? Seize seems like somewhat helpful, but not in the midst of like hectic combat. Like it seems like more like if we can sort of split off an enemy from the others, then we can seize them and then continue on with combat, because it takes a decent bit of time to actually activate. And I never use melee, so melee is going to be the last thing I ever put points in. I'm thinking we take launch damage. Do we do launch damage twice? Do we just go all in on throwing stuff and bashing people to bits? Because we don't have enough for energy now. Or... our shield doesn't get broken that often. Shield barrage could be okay. To get more damage from throwing our shields. I'm gonna go with the full. I'm just gonna go all in on throwing. I feel like the telekinetic launch is definitely my favorite ability so far. So I feel like just going all in on that is good to me. We don't have the stuff to upgrade the Pierce gun just yet. Nor do we have the resources to create any more mods right now. But we might be able to swap out some mods. So this is more energy recovery speed. I don't think we need the... oh! Okay, wait. So these are two of the same rarity, but they actually have different stats. So it's not actually a set stat. It's like a stat range per rarity. Ah, Seize speed accelerator. See, this would make Seize more of a mid-combat thing. Interesting. Okay. For now, though, I do think we still need that little bit of extra health from this mod to keep us alive. What about our weapon mod? Oh, you give us more accuracy on our pistol. I mean, that's already gonna be... ammo cost per shot minus 5%. What do I have here? Reload speed's higher. I think I like the reload speed more. Dunno, seems legit, yeah, you know. It's very SCP-like for them to be like, yeah, nah, you're part of our team now, but also your brother's evil, so, good luck. I wonder. Because we and our brother both met this same entity, right? So, does that mean that, like... so now I'm wondering. So the paranatural abilities that Jesse has, Did she get those because of this entity? Or did she already have those, and her connection to this entity is just like part of, or like a result of, her paranatural ability? Because Dylan also has paranatural ability. But if he's gone mad, and it seems like for Jessie at least, the entity that's with us, Echo, or whatever she called it, is like the thing that's keeping her sane. And if that same entity is with Dylan, why did it not, like, help him at all? So is it not with him? Or is there a variation of this entity? Like, maybe there's two versions of this same entity, and we have the good one, but Dylan has the bad one. Or no, I don't imagine Dylan would be connected to Hiss. Right? Like, if he's still in containment, yeah, we assume they ran into an entity, but maybe they ran into an event where multiple entities were present, each bound to one person. Could be, yeah. Or, so what they had was that they had the event that happened, the Ordinary event. Well, the event in the town of Ordinary. What a perfectly fitting name. Resulted in at least Jessie coming into contact with the entity that's with. I forgot the name of it. I think she called it Echo, but I'm not 100% sure right now. And this entity has been with her ever since. And this entity has also is the one that led her now to the Federal Bureau of Control. But it chose to lead her now. Which, hi King, thank you for the lurk. Alright, we're talking spoilers, so yeah, make sure you mute quickly. The entity chose to lead her now, the Bureau. So there's kind of two ways, there's a couple different ways that could go, right? Either the entity is both with Jessie and Dylan, right? Because the entity knew that Dylan was here, and the Bureau is not in just a stationary, it's not in a normal place. It's in this extra dimensional place of the oldest house. So the entity that we're with had to somehow know how to get in here. So one of the things is it could be both with her and Dylan, at which point it knows that Dylan's in the house, and so has led Jessie to the house because it knows where the house is, because Dylan's inside the house and its connection to Dylan lets it know where that is. That brings up the question as to why it waited for so long. Like, did it wait until specifically the Hiss started taking over because it wanted Jessie to become the new director? Or is it because it knew that Jessie would need to become the director in order to get to make contact with Dylan? Or does it have some sort of nefarious plan, and that's why it has like led to this event to get Jesse in power, so that it hopes that Jesse can do something for it as the new. Like, we don't know entirely if this being is benevolent or not, right? Like, if it's being benevolent or manipulative. Like, perhaps there was no way for them to... for it to, like, actually help Dylan because of the containment, right? Because the Black Rock is supposed to contain resonance, and this entity is likely some form of resonance as well. Maybe the Black Rock containment sort of made it impossible for this entity to properly interact with Dylan? I don't know, I have a lot of theories. There's a lot of information running around. But not exactly... So is our entity Hedron then? That's my... oh yeah, that was where I was going back. The other thing that could be is perhaps the entity that's helping us is inside the oldest house, is contained by the Bureau. And so it's trying to help us to get itself free? But that would be weird, because then I would expect Pope to at least have recognized something about it. But it could be that this entity is Hedron, then. And that's why it's able to protect us, because we have a natural connection to its resonance. Whereas the other people need the resonance amplifiers to help protect them. But something about that just doesn't seem right. Something about that just doesn't seem like, it doesn't feel like correct to me. I don't know. I know this stuff. It's giving a lot to chew on though, and I like that. I like it. I like when a game gives you a lot of like a lot of like drip feeding information and lore to keep your mind busy. Alright, we've saved. I don't think we've got anything to do right now. We technically got some board countermeasures we could do, but I think we are going to help. Let's try one of these. Are these just like side missions while we're running around? Kill enemies in the executive sector. Are these just like bounties? Okay, yeah, we can just pick up all of... Oh no. Okay, we can only pick up 3. Kill enemies with the service weapon in spin mode. See now. Okay. Kill them with headshots. Kill Hiss Rangers. Charge mode. Kill Hiss Warped in maintenance. Kill Hiss Troop research. That's a rare weapon mod. Okay, I see now. Kill Hiss Charged. That's a random prime person. Okay, I'm just gonna like accept and abandon ones to get us better. Kill Hiss Elevated. Gravity restriction balloons do not apply. King of Pop them. Okay. Speculation is so. It is. No, my favorite stories and games are the ones that leave you theorizing. I think there's nothing more fun from like a lore perspective and like a story perspective than creating a story that leaves a level of unpredictability there and like gives enough like drip feeding of information to keep people like trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. I think that's like the best way you can tell a story. My favorite way to engage with like a universe. Alright. Oh, we've got all that. I want to test out real quick what this is like, so let's go to the research sector and see if we can fight something real quick. I'm assuming new enemies will spawn here. That's one of the main reasons I love the Genshin and Star Rail MSQs. Yeah. Yeah. I think at least like the baseline story that it's kind of put in there, Genshin's definitely left some spot for you to like theorize. You know? I'm gonna spawn on me here. Hello? There we go. Got him. Sub nerd. Oof. Don't look too good. He's seen better days. More of them around here. That's it? Just these three? Seems like it. Eek. What is down this way? Because there's something here. Aha! Item. I'm gonna do a little bit of exploring, and then we're gonna. Zen beats the crap out of the poor guy, picks him up, and says, "Ooh, don't look so good." Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. He don't look so good. Oh. Interesting. An elevator straight into a bathroom? Yeah? Yeah, is this how the FBC works? We take an elevator straight down into the bathroom? Could you imagine? I'm sorry, is that an... Yeah? Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's an arm and a leg sticking out of a toilet. Fair enough, you know? My bad. Have a nice day.
Of course it's true. You beat the out of him. You're the reason he don't look so good, I swear. Ruthless.
Listen, I feel like you're putting a lot of blame on me in this situation. And... yeah, it did censor the crap. That was weird. I don't think I'm able to, like, affect what it can and can't censor, though, because that's just kind of how the TTS is built. I'm surprised it censored crap of all things, though. I feel like crap's not that hefty of a word. I guess for some people it is, but... eh. I'd expect, right? Of all voices to not say crap, Rocket is the most unexpected. Okay, we've got a battery. Aha! Hello? Anybody home? Are you friendly?
That be bullshit. Testing.
What? So they're fine with bullshit, but not crap? Huh? TTS, are you okay? Brian is the potty mouth one? Maybe that's it. I wonder if it's per voice. Well, now I'm curious. Does Rocket say bullshit?
Careful in there, ma'am. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
That.
Excuse me? Are you lost?
No?
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
I think I found some sort of deal.
Kids,
area.
please cover your ears now. Mother.
I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit, where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need. Here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Wow. Yeah, this is dead. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of DLC. I'm guessing. I had enter before. You're so... Don't worry, God. You're so good. Also, interesting that it didn't... Oh, dear.
Potty mouth incoming. Shit, bollocks, crap, bullshit, fuck.
Okay, yeah, so it's Rocket. So it's Rocket that's censored. Alright. Of all the voices... Of all the voices to be censored, I was not expecting it to be Rocket. But yeah, this woman is interesting. Her apparently very important research, but then she's like, yeah, you, random person, I don't know who you are. Go do this for me because it's very important. I wanted to have it ready for after the cutscene, but my muscle went, no, you're so good. There was no way to know there was gonna be a cutscene. I wonder if it's because it's a voice that's more likely to be used by kids. Maybe it's because they're like, maybe because like Rocket, despite being very much not a kid character, is one that you'd sooner expect kids to associate with, and so that's why they decided to censor him. The fact that he doesn't even say... The fact that for motherfucker he only said mother was beautiful. Also. That was just beautiful. That was absolutely perfect. Loud meow. Don't. Got it. Alright, let me let Nala out real quick. So many meows. Alright. That was a productive 5 minutes. Yes. I agree. Okay, so I believe this feels like this is like a whole side story thing, so maybe we will...
I need to get going. Try not to transport any spores outside the infected areas.
I feel like this is like a whole side story thing. Yeah, because this feels way too big to be a normal side quest. There's also a bunch of lore down here. So I'm gonna assume...
I hate guard duty down here. This place is fucking weird. This is nothing. The clocks? No, that's weird. What's weird about a bunch of clocks? Shut up! I think that's the new director.
Sup? Sup? This might be a fun side quest to explore into. But I'm gonna have to stop stream soon, so I don't think we're gonna go through this entire side quest story now. But it'll be one that we can pick up another time. Is there a thing around here, maybe? No, we'll just go back up for now. We did fix the elevator, didn't we? Yeah, we put power on here, so... Yep. Perfect. Yeah, so we'll come back and worry about the mold later. But at least now we've got an elevator up and down. It did feel like sort of out of... Oh god, okay. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. We good? Jesus, there's so many of them. Okay. We're gonna keep this up, huh? Okay. Booyah. Easily. Whew. We good? We clear? We safe? Alright. I think so. We've cleared these guys out. Rue, can you stream? I feel that if I put it there, it would help. Oh, is my stream not good enough for you anymore, Nether? I'm sorry. I see how it is. I understand. I'll go home then. I'll leave. I meant today. I mean, Ruby already did stream though. Ruby's already streamed today. Ruby raided in. Like a little bit before you came to say hi. Let's go back up to executive. No. Don't you dare, Ruby. Don't you dare say stuff like that. Don't you dare say stuff like that.
Hope wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month.
She wants us to crack Darling's personal logs? He'll crucify us if he finds out. Who does she think she is, authorizing that kind of data breach?
She must think he's hiding something. And I agree. The HRAs alone are proof Darling knew more than he let on.
Fair enough. Alright. Well, we did a little bit of exploration. Oh, and we can now pick up one of these. Ah, there is an achievement tied to these. So, it's a good thing we did it. We got launch efficiency. Wait. Target hiss warped? Ooh, for a tier 5 mod? Yes. Sounds good. I'll do that. Rated M for mature. They break, crack, rip, rated M for mature. Beautiful. Alright. On that note though, chat. This is where we're gonna close off. I know that. I'm just teasing. Don't worry. I'm just teasing. But yeah, no, you already missed Ruby's stream. So you should go and watch Ruby's VOD. Speaking of, if anybody here hasn't, you should go and follow the absolutely wonderful, very cozy, and extremely entertaining streams of Miss Ruby Two Shoes. Please and thank. Alright, let me close out the game. Let's show up on over and get a song going. Alright. Anyhow, beauty patooties, lovely buvlies. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you choosing to spend your time with me. We've made a good bit more progress on our story. We've completed mission 5, so we've hit the halfway point. Because from what I saw last time was that there are 10 missions in the main story of Control, and of course there's like I guess like DLC and side story stuff that we can do, which I assume the Shroomy area that we saw is one such area, one such like side mission. So we'll get onto that later on, but at least for now, we're done. Tomorrow we will continue and we'll do mission 6. So tomorrow we'll go looking into Dylan and see if we can figure out what's going on with our brother. I am curious where they're gonna go with it, because I don't expect Dylan to be completely evil, but maybe he is. I don't know. I'm not sure where they're going with it. Like, I could definitely see the sibling, like the evil sibling trope playing out here, where because they got separated after a traumatic event, and then one got raised into being like a good loving child that wants to take care of the sibling that was taken away from them, and the one that was taken away from them got corrupted into like an evil, like the evil sibling, which is a common, a decently common trope. Heck, it's one that I've used in writing as well. So like, I could see that going. But I feel like, I don't know if that's what they're going for. I kind of hope that's not what they're going for. I hope this is sort of like a bait and switch, and it turns out that Dylan's not evil. Like, maybe Dylan was one of the first ones to get taken over by the Hiss or something, and that's why he's gone evil. And then we end up maybe saving him. Like maybe the Hiss has like somewhat corrupted him, and then through Echo we're able to like purify him, and then we're all good again. I don't know. I'd like to imagine the story's gonna be more out there and like a bit more complex, considering like the world building that they've put around it is already so complex. It would be a little bit disappointing if the main story ends up being so tropey. But who knows, maybe they put more of the effort into like developing a really complex, interesting world and lore, and so the main story is a bit more simplistic so that you can spend more time delving into the lore. We shall see. But yeah, we will figure out more tomorrow when we get our hands on mission 6. Starting at the same bad time, same bad place. And then next week we'll maybe next week what I'll try to do is in those 3 streams finish it. Even though that'll be more than one mission per stream, technically. But we'll see how it goes. Or we'll like tack on a Friday stream into it to like finish off. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you for your stream. Pleasure to raid. I appreciate. Thank you again for the raid, Ruby. Thank you for sharing your community with me. It's very sweet of you. Apologies, I have invaded your inbox ×2. Okay, well, I will look into that right after I have my dinner. But I do indeed see messages, so I will take a look-sees at those. But yeah. Anyhow, I really hope it's not evil. The evil sibling plot. I always enjoy it more when stories veer from common. Yeah, exactly. I like when there's a bit of a twist, right? Like I wouldn't mind if it's the evil sibling plot, but then the sibling's not actually evil, but like I don't know, mind controlled by the hiss, for example. Or even better, the sibling's not evil, but like Trench or Darling was taken over by the hiss, and then they sort of like framed him as evil, and that's why he's like trapped in containment or something. That would be already like a more interesting twist to me. I could definitely see them going for something like that. Or they put him, they framed him and put him into containment to protect him from the hiss, because we know that Darling at least seems to have known that the hiss was coming before it got here. So maybe he's behind the reason Dylan got contained, but the containment was to protect him and not so much because he was evil or something. I don't know. Something like that would be a much more interesting twist to me. But I feel like the more I think about it, the more I feel like we're getting the kind of two superpowered siblings that are going to have to fight each other good and evil style, you know? But I don't know. They have the option to surprise us. But yeah. Anyhow. Who was raised into the gay sibling? Jesse. Jesse has powerful bisexual energy. She has powerful bisexual energy. The more that we've like had her going, the more I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Although she could also be powerful lesbian. I could see Dommy Mommy. I don't know. That she's definitely on the top side, regardless of which way she swings. Oh, Nether, not the 46%. Oh dear. Oh, poor Bean. You poor Bean. That's a rough one. I'm sorry. Holy, there are so many people live right now. I have like there's at least like 20 people that I'm following that are live right now. Okay. This is gonna be at least we've got choices for rating someone. At least I assume we have choices. I haven't actually checked who the people are that are live, whether they're people that I just follow or people that I'd actually raid into. Let's see. Ooh. You know what? Nick is live. I don't get to raid Nick much. And Nick's playing Payday. So, let's go say hi to Nickski. Ooh, okay, wait, what are we gonna do as a raid message? I know. I have an idea. Okay. I have an idea. Right. I think we're gonna go with something related to what he's doing. We're gonna hit him with put the catnip in the bag. We're gonna tell him to put his catnip in the bag. We're gonna steal all he's got. Because he's playing Payday, so it's perfect. The kitties are in control. Ooh, that's also a good one. You know what? We'll do whichever one. Pick one of the two. Pick one of the two, whichever raid message you vibe with, chat. Leave the gun, take the catnip. Exactly. Yeah. Pick whichever one you want. Utilize whichever emote you prefer. If you do not have access to my emotes and you want to use one of mine, you can use 80 Meowny in the channel point section down below to unlock a static emote of your choosing to use for the next 24 hours all around Twitch. Or you can use Twitch's very own cool cat emote or another cat-themed emote that you have access to. Please give lots of love to Nick. Nick is an absolutely wonderful person, and I appreciate you all oh so much, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, lovelies, and bye-bye!